All right.
Hello everyone, thank you for stopping in and checking out this video. I'd like to share a little bit of a experience that I've had during some unfortunate situations in life with my dental situation. Make a long story short, I had a bridge from a car accident when I was 16. I had to put a bridge in. It was the only thing they could do at the point in time. And after 20 years or so, I'm 40 years old now, the bridge has failed. And it was either a partial or these implant procedures. So I decided to have the implant procedure done at the expense and paid for it in full, and paid multiple visits to a place that was supposed to have an oral surgeon and a orthodontist all in one place, not even having to go to two doctors. And decided to go ahead and go for the procedure and paid for it in full, and I was losing sleep. I was so excited. I just could not wait to have this done. It was a dream come true after all the years of worrying of what I was going to do after the situation, and financially saving the money, and getting ready to have this, and just being so excited about it, just losing sleep for weeks and weeks and weeks. And finally go ahead and get it done, and the surgery was about 4 months and 2 weeks ago. And after it took me 6 appointments to get to the surgery date, it might even been 7. I was told when I wake up from the surgery, I'm going to have this temporary, and I'm going to be so happy, it's going to be the best day of my life, and I'll wear this temporary for 3 months or so, and then they'll make me my finals, and the temporary will have some kind of metal bar in it, but the finals will have a full titanium bar attached to the implants. And I decided to go with a total of 12 implants. They were telling me that it was going to make it stronger and better, and if one were to fail, one of them could be taken out, and I could still keep the work that I had done on. So, wake up surgery day, go drive up to the surgery, and I should have had somebody drive me naturally. And when I woke up from the surgery, it kind of came in with these temporaries, and the doctor said, he had this temporary in his hand like this. Don't they look great? Don't they look great? And the next thing I was like, and they did, from where I was sitting and the way he held them, yeah, they looked good. They looked like, nice white teeth. And they had already had the needle in my arm. Next thing I know, I'm waking up, and I was just devastated. I couldn't talk. I had this huge chunk of plastic in my mouth, and I was absolutely devastated. And I was trying to tell them that there was something wrong, and they kept saying, oh, what you need to do right now is not talk. You don't want to talk right now. So they kind of pushed me out the door that everything was fine, and got in the car, and my fiance drove me home. And I was trying to tell her that there was something wrong, and she was saying, no, you're not supposed to talk. Just sit back and write it down. So I started, and that's when I started all the notes, and I was writing everything down of what happened. And my bite was completely off. I wasn't missing all my teeth on the bottom, so I was only going to do the top, but they told me I needed to do the bottom too, so that they would line up perfectly. And when I bit down, after the surgery, my temporaries, I would close my mouth, and my teeth would just hit on the back 4 corners like that. And just at those 4 corners. But meanwhile, I had to have all this done at one time so it would line up. Well, after just a day of just misery, turned out what was supposed to be the best day of my life turned out to be one of the worst days of my entire life. And the doctor called me the following day, and he asked me how everything was, and I explained to him again that I was trying to tell him there's something wrong. So they said, come back in Monday. The surgery was on a Friday. They said, come back in Monday. They said they were going to make me a new temporary. That they saw what the problem was. They were going to make me a new temporary. They said it was going to take 2 to 3 weeks. So I had to take 2 to 3 weeks off of work because this piece was so bad I was so embarrassed, I was humiliated. It was sticking out of my mouth about 5/8 of an inch. I couldn't even close my mouth. I ended up having to take 3 weeks off of work because they told me I was going to wake up and everything was going to be fine. Nobody would even notice that this was done. And I would go back to work on Monday, but instead I went back to them on Monday. 3 weeks later, after being out of work for 3 weeks, trying to hide from everybody, not leaving my house, not going to the store, not doing anything, because I couldn't even talk with this huge bulk of plastic. It was like taking 4 Jolly Ranchers and gluing them to the roof of your mouth. I'm trying to make this video as to the point as possible, but please, take the time to listen to this because it is important of what's happened here. And I wouldn't hate to see somebody else go through what I've been through with this. And so on the second set of temporaries, it was pretty much just as bad. This is the huge overbite on these temporaries. And I'm going to lighting if you can see it. This is the second attempt they made to fix the temporaries. The temporaries were only supposed to be 3 months. I was supposed to have my finals. It's now 4.5 months. And they keep telling me, oh, it's going to take this time and they got to send the wax try-ins off and, it's going to take X amount of months until I get it back. And, they keep trying to delay the situation. As I find out why they're trying to delay the situation, it seems like they did want me to go have somebody else because they messed up really bad. They offered me some money back for the prosthodontic part, where this temporary piece is also broken, which is quite uncomfortable, quite sharp. I had to go up there and get it fixed. Like I said, about 20 visits so far, back and forth to this doctor on an average of 4 to 6 hours out of my day per visit. I've had to go and they had it fixed and they put it back in, and later that day it broke again. And the funny thing is it broke in my sleep. So I grind my teeth a little bit because as I find out now that the reason why it's so far forward is because the implants were put in wrong. If you could imagine what I have found out and what I have to do. The implants were put in wrong. They're at the wrong angle and there's no way to move this back. They did not do enough bone reduction, and this is the second time that I've been told this. I did go check with one other oral surgeon, and that was his suggestion. He was curious to see how they were going to even make the final, being that they did not do the bone reduction, which makes my smile like this. So besides my overbite, I didn't have enough bone reduction. So the bone needs to be reduced, the implants need to be moved back and angled, and everything needs to be put back into the right place. So all 12 implants need to come out. And I have to have a total of 8 implants put in correctly at the correct angle and have the procedure done correctly now. After all this time and aggravation, I thought, hey, you know what, there is this place in Vegas, and there's a place that is doing something that they claim to do something similar, that sounded similar from the beginning, an hour away from me, versus I live 3,000 miles from here. And so I came in here to see if they can make the final for me, and just keep my implants and make the final for me, and have this nightmare be over with. Something that you work hard, and you find you've done right, your credit's good, you've got your stuff right, you get your life together where you want to invest this money, take it from, not spend it on your family or a car or whatever you want to spend this money on, and you want to have this procedure done, and this happens, and now 20 visits at the doctor all this time, trying to save time to go and buy somebody close versus, taking 1 week off and going. So now I'm here. I was here just to have this final made, I got here yesterday and I was planning on flying out Friday night. And the only way to fix it is to take out all the implants and do the implants properly and do the finals properly. And thankfully he is busy and he really doesn't have the time to do it, but I'm here and he has compassion for my situation. These people here are great and they want to fix the situation, and I do have to take a little more time off of work, but being that I am so far away, I'm here. I'm going to stay a couple extra days, and instead of going home Friday, I'm going to go home next Wednesday. And I'm going to have my finals done, and this nightmare is going to be over with. And not needless to say, after all this and everything that I'm going through, this is surgery, this is a big deal. So everything that you go through, to have paid for it twice. Thank God I can. Thank God I can, because I don't know what I would do. But I have to pay for it again. What money I'm going to recuperate is going to be another scenario. But the time and money and discomfort and the embarrassment and the humiliation that I've been through because this procedure wasn't done right. So your whole feeling of confidence in where you are, your surroundings, and they took me back to the lab before they even told me about any of this stuff needing to be changed, and I knew right away, like the couple buildings they have here, you're in the right place. You're at the root of it all. From all my experiences of all the different dentists and doctors and oral surgeons that I've talked to, they take what they do here in the labs and they break it out into 4 or 5 different places. And you're just spending time and money and traveling and going back and forth, and who wants to claim responsibility if something goes wrong. Here they have everything from all the different places I've been. They have everything here. This is a 100% true story. You see this horrible surgery that I had done, that I paid more money than I'm paying Dr. Golpa to do. And I'm not getting paid to sit here and do this video. I'm just so thankful that they're going to fix me. And I have to pay them to do this procedure. And I'm just so grateful that I'm doing this and that it's going to get done finally after 4.5 months of agony. But I'm doing this because I really, truly, in my heart, would hate to see anybody else have to go through this. All right, so here's our follow-up. The surgery, they were able to really help me out because I traveled far to get here, and they did the surgery yesterday, removing all 12 implants that I had placed 4.5 months ago. They reinstalled the proper amount of implants, and that was yesterday. My appointment was at 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. They work so hard and stay as late as they need to take care of everybody. Dr. Golpa is still here. Everybody's still here. The whole staff is here, just making sure that everybody is taken care of. And they put my final set in today. Like I said, the surgery was yesterday afternoon, and my final is in today. It is so comfortable. I am so happy. It was the dream that I had before I started this whole procedure by going to the wrong person. There's multiple sites out there that have very similar advertising that they're doing the same thing that they're doing here. And 99.9% out of 100, obviously, this is the 0.1% that is the real deal. They've done a phenomenal job. I feel like I can talk normal. I've had these teeth in my mouth for 45 minutes maybe and haven't done much talking with them. They feel natural. They feel strong. They look just It's a full mouth of teeth from front to back. It's molars and everything, and it's just amazing. It's a dream come true. I wish I had come here beforehand. This is with taking 12 implants out that somebody else put in for the same procedure. And this is what the other ones look like. When I first had this procedure done at the other place it was done at, I couldn't go to work for 3 weeks because I was embarrassed. I have children. I couldn't go to the store to get milk for my kids. I had to send my fiance because I didn't want to see anybody that I knew, because I had this huge puck in my mouth that I could just slur my words. I couldn't even talk. So it was just humiliating, embarrassment, just, and I paid more money than what I got charged here. And it's just a shame. I would just, in my situation, I was here for a longer period of time because I thought I was only coming here to have a final made. That they were procrastinating on making the final, but as I came here, the reason why they were procrastinating on the final was because the implants were done wrong. And by the grace of God, these guys pulled their whole team together here and did everything they could to make sure that, found time in their schedule and staying here late, so that I didn't have to go home and come back in a month and travel so far, live over 2,000 miles away, and the flight and taking off of work again and everything. They wanted to make it happen for me, so they fit me in the schedule. But I think on average person would be here for a lot less time than I have. I mean, really 2 days. Yesterday and today. I go home tomorrow. I can fly out tonight if I had it set up for tonight. So yeah, I was here for a week, but this is a much different circumstance than most people. Usually you don't have the implants already done and then come here. It does happen from my understanding, but this is where you need to start, or even if you want to go to another consultation before you come here, just to see really the difference, but guaranteed from everybody, from every nurse and the lab and everybody here, that is just Carlos that helps you with all the computer stuff and everything. I mean, everybody's just absolutely phenomenal. Dr. Golpa is so down to earth. He's such a nice guy, genuine guy, wants to see you happy. He's here to do what a doctor is set out to do, and to take care of their patients and to make their patients happy and feel better. And that's an honest opinion of who he is. His general character is a wonderful person. And it's worth the trip. I can't say it over and over and over again. If you have needs to have this procedure done, this was the better price, believe it or not, on top of everything else. And I guess it's just because of the technology and the ability that they have, that they can do it for less. It's the shortest amount of time, and it is the best outcome. So, take a couple days, get it all done and over with, instead of, somebody will tell you, oh, it's only 9 visits, but 9 visits is 19 visits. And especially if they get it wrong, if there is a mistake, they don't have a way to fix it. They do here. I haven't seen any mistakes, but if they did have a mistake, they definitely have a way to fix it. So, I thank you for watching this video, and I really, really hope that you have the best of luck in your venture, making your decision on what you're doing. But coming from a long road, and going from other doctors before I came to him, saying that the other procedure wasn't done correctly also, that you do this, that you come here and you do this, and you'll love everybody here. Yeah, I want to go home. I miss my kids and my fiance and my family so much, but it's like I feel like I'm at home. And to be in an establishment like this, in a surgery center, to feel like you're at home is priceless. So, best of luck, and My name is Mike, and if there's any other questions that you would like to ask, I would, from me, I'd feel free if you call here and say Mike from the video, I'd like to talk to him. I'd be willing to talk to you and help you make the right decision. Not make the decision I made, but hopefully you picked up, where I'm coming from and what I'm laying down and what, what's going to do the best for you. And I can't wait to come back to see him again. And good luck to you all out there. And I hope you make the right decision, like I finally did. Alrighty.